Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal baseball. This afternoon, the 17-time New Mexico 2A state champion Eunice Cardinals have traveled over just about an hour south of Eunice to Kermit, Texas, to face the Kermit Yellow Jackets, a multiple-time state 2A champion in Texas baseball as well. It's been a few years, but a one-time program that was pretty powerful on the 2A side in Texas baseball. Today alongside me I have Ricindo Caballero.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
And we are getting ready for some Eunice Cardinal baseball. The JV game just finished a few minutes ago, and because of that, we went ahead and started the broadcast early because I was told that we were going to go ahead and move right on to the varsity game if the ump showed up. So I hurried, I got everything set up, I called the station, I got them to start our broadcast 10 minutes earlier than it was scheduled for, and here we sit. Both teams have warmed up, both teams are standing around twiddling their thumbs, and there's not an umpire in sight. So you hurry up and wait, basically.
That's the story of our lives, huh?
Yes, sir. Eunice enters tonight's game with one loss, I believe, on the season. I did not do my normal Max Preps download of all the up-to-date stats just before the game, so I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here today. However, the Cardinals definitely earlier this week I looked, they were the #1 ranked team still in 2A baseball and still rated in the top 15 in all classes in the state of New Mexico. So they got a heck of a baseball program going this year. This Kermit team I know little to nothing about. I didn't even look up their record, so I have no idea what they've got. I do know that they played in the Cardinal Classic in Eunice, and Eunice won that.
Okay.
We never saw them.
Huh, so, hey, there's an umpire. About seeing something.
Yeah, well, that's one. That's not a blue, that's a black.
That's true being said about that, but Texas baseball is a lot tough like football in Texas, so who knows what kind of, we're playing at home in their field tonight, and it's hot.
It is hot.
And it's a Good Friday, and it's hot.
I went straight from work to the track meet to catch some stuff up there, and then from there basically hurried back to the office, signed a few papers, and then drove straight down here. So I'm still wearing long pants, long sleeve shirt. I took the tie off.
You look official, huh?
But I'm sweating. The booth that they have here in Kermit is no Eunice Cardinal booth.
No.
There's definitely no AC. The AC is this big hole in the metal on the side of us where the wind blows through and occasionally coats us in sand and dirt and cools us off a little bit.
Gladly the wind's not blowing that hard, and it's through our back. So
the field itself is a monster, and when I say a monster, this is a big field. If we see some home runs today, I would be extremely surprised. However, the wind is blowing out toward right, and we've got some lefties that can hit it that direction. The distance from home plate back to the backstop is almost equal to the distance from home plate out to second base.
Or at least to the pitching mound, huh?
So it is going to be very interesting today as we if any pass ball not only should be a free stolen base, it will most likely be 2 free stolen bases. It's that far back to the backstop.
It's a ways, man.
Yes, it is.
So that being said, we'll give a shout out to our sponsors to get the day started off right after all this Friday. Eunice Record and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas. Our proud sponsors of tonight's game or afternoon's game, because it starts at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I was scheduled for 7 o'clock over here, 6 o'clock our time. Once again, they told me they were going to start early, or that it looked like they were going to start early, and we haven't, which I'm okay with that. I would much rather hurry, get everything set up and be here early than like last time where we walk up into the stadium 30 minutes early and they're almost in the second inning.
And once again, we're flying solo today. We do not have a camera guy. He's taking a little bit of hiatus, you could say.
Yeah, so we've kind of just propped the camera up over here on the tripod. We'll do our best to give you the play-by-play and explain everything that's happening as we bring you this live broadcast for free. You know, it's something that we are very fortunate to be able to do in Eunice. So many teams across this country, but specifically in New Mexico, have streaming services that broadcast their games. However, very few have free streaming services, all brought to you by those sponsors that Rosendo just mentioned. Thank you to those sponsors. We just don't realize how lucky we are. You know, in Eunice, the kids, the adults, everybody, we're all a little spoiled.
Yeah. And when we do games out of town for other people who are there, they send you a text, hey, where are you at? So we can listen to the game when they're out of town. So that's another gift that we go to other places, like, for example, the northern cities that we get to play against. They get to see it for free from us. So
yep.
That's, once again, because of our sponsors make that possible.
Very, very, very true. So it looks like we're getting ready to have the national anthem. Once we get that, we'll just go silent and do our best to allow the national anthem to be played. Definitely don't want to interrupt that.
No, we do not.
So both teams are walking out toward home place, the third base line, the first base line, and we will get ready to have the national anthem. All right. They may not have a booth up here, but they've definitely got a sound system.
That they do.
I
kind of like this open atmosphere, but as long as we had a fan,
yeah,
kind of cool. But
yeah, or a cooled seat, something to keep my butt from sweating.
The day you should have wore shorts, you go up here in khakis. They're going to GQ smooth, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to be GQ sweaty or GQ sweaty or something. So anyway, we're getting ready to get started here. We've got Daddy Yankee on the PA. I'm going to jump up and bust a move in a minute. See if I can't pull a hammy.
You going to bust an ankle? That's what you're going to do. I don't trust his wood. I put a little weight on over the COVID ear, but it's kind of bowing under me. So
want to shout out again to Nolan Reynolds, the coach's boy. As he's at home, he's watching, he's listening, probably working on that slider. Or maybe that
swing in the house.
Swing, yep. He'll knock over a light fixture or something as he gets excited here today. Appreciate you listening, and all those listening at home. We appreciate you back there.
Most definitely.
Any of you Kermit folks that's tuned in, we appreciate you as well. I didn't publicize it too much when it happened, but when they shut the schools down in New Mexico, I brought my kids over here, and they were going to school in Kermit for several months. We were driving them back and forth over here every day, and the people of Kermit were very, very, very good to us. I've mentioned one of the things that was really surprising to me as we brought our kids over here was every morning all of the crosswalks all the way around these schools, and their schools all spread out, even over at the elementary, which is on the other side of town, they had crosswalk guards at all those men, women standing at the, I don't know if they're paid, I don't know if they're volunteers, but my wife and I used to comment, those are the happiest people I had ever seen in my life. And Eunice, you make somebody stand out there with a stop sign, and we're liable to have a celebrity death match out there between them and the drivers, and everybody was just so friendly. Seemed like nobody was in a hurry, and Eunice, everybody's trying to pass each other and get somewhere, and it's like here, everybody just taking their time and waving. We had people acting like we had known them for 20 years, and anyway, our kids only went to school here for a few months, and then they opened stuff back, and we moved them back when everything opened back up. So anyway,
here we go.
We're here in Kermit.
Did the JV boys win or lose?
You know, my understanding is they won. I did not, up in the board, they didn't have anybody up here running the scoreboard, and they never showed a score over there. Based on the number of hits and things that I saw happen, I believe they won. I never saw a score. If anybody listening, John Nogelmeyer, I know he was here watching the last game, said he was on his way out of here, but somebody knows the score. Matt Coy, if y'all know the score of that JV game, text it to me, and I will do my best to update it. I don't know that we will keep the balls and strikes and all of that sort of stuff.
Is it working today?
We got it. I got it up and going, but I'm going to try to keep stats over here in this. There's a swing to the first batter, and I believe that's Micah Tippett. He's just on. Oh no, he's on the right side. I'm all twisted.
Twisted around.
So Micah Tippett, the left-handed senior. So he's done a really good job this year of hitting the baseball. So he steps up into that left-handed batter's box. He gets called strike on that one. So he's got a strike one, strike two count, 0-2.
And that scoreboard is not correct. For now, look at the score on the bottom.
Yeah.
And the innings right, and the strikes are right. So.
Yeah. So pitching,
it's a beautiful scoreboard.
Pitching is Acevedo for Kermit. There's a high fly ball to deep center field. It's way back. It's off the top of the wall, and they got a huge wall. Tippett is smoking it towards second, and he's safely into second with a double. Micah Tippett, I was talking about the size of this field before we started. They've got a wall in center field. If Boston's got the green monster, they got the maroon monster here in center field that's probably 20 foot tall. And he hit the ball off about a foot from the top of that sucker.
And they almost got him out in second. That center fielder went over his head. He went down and chased it in, but the second baseman missed it.
So what a hit by Tippett to start the game. He gets a slide in double.
Base, yes.
That'll bring up Alfredo to the plate. He's going to bunt to advance the runner. Runner headed over toward third. They try to chase him back, and he's going to safely get to first. So that's a nice bunt for a single for Alfredo.
Good job out there moving the ball, moving the runners. Simple, easy baseball.
So Tippett over to third. So now the runners are at the corners. Tippett on third. Alfredo standing at first. Number 9, Chance Tucker. Tucker has been leading back and forth between the top hitter in this Cardinal lineup all season. He's usually jumping back and forth between 1 and 2. He's also first, second in stolen bases on the year is Tucker.
He leads the category being hit by pitches.
Yeah, definitely gets hit a lot. They're going to try to throw it down. Alfredo safely into second, so he's still second. Now runners both in scoring position, runners at second and third. Tippett, the lead runner, standing at third, the senior. Chance Tucker in the right-handed batter's box. That's number 9 for the Cardinals.
And this is a natural field, no turf on this field, so they're running in clay.
Yep. Here comes the pitch. It's swung on and driven down the first base line, and it is a foul ball.
Makes out 1 strike, 1 ball. I hope I'm right. I'm paying attention to the game, Coach.
That's all right. The board out in the field says no balls and 1 strike. However, I don't know
they
that
threw the ball down a minute ago, the second, so I'm going to.
Yeah, I mean, they almost had to have a ball there at that point, huh?
We'll give them a.
So I believe it's 1-1, I believe is the count. Acevedo on the mound for the Yellow Jackets. He takes a look at the runners and then throws it toward home. It's driven right back up the middle. It's going to get all the way into center field. It's going to score 1. Here comes the second run, headed safely to home. And Chance Tucker gets a single that scores 2 runs. A 2 RBI single for Chance Tucker.
Off of the 0-2 swing here. Went up the middle. The pitcher tried to attempt to catch, but he wasn't even close. He brings up Jorge Ontiveros. No,
this is Conacher Pierce, the cleanup batter.
They changed the lineup on
They have mixed it all up. It is a completely different lineup this game. So over at first base is Chance Tucker, and that ball is high and inside. It almost gave Conacher Pierce a new eyebrow shape.
Shit, make that unibrow 1 brown. Huh? So that's ball 1 on a new cleanup hitter, or the cleanup hitter. Huh? He's not new. He's always been the cleanup hitter.
I think so.
Look at their buzz. That's a nice buzz.
You talking about that Eunice Cardinal buzz?
No, the one under that yellow jacket.
Man, that's a completely different kind of buzz even.
And Tucker takes off for second. They throw it down, and he gets a stand-up stolen base.
Yep. And Tucker and Tippett have been jumping back and forth each other, basically playing leapfrog the entire year in the stolen base category. Both of those guys have been really hard to catch. I don't think they've been caught at all year.
So Conacher has 2 balls according to my count. The board says 1-1, but no, they corrected it now.
So there's an inside pitch, and it's driven hard right over into one of the cars. If you would like to sponsor us and you're from a car body shop, let us know, because we're always dinging and denting all of those vehicles out in the parking lot.
Our kids can hit the cars. I don't know about the ball, but they can hit cars.
They may not hit it out in the field, but they can hit some cars in the parking lot with the best of them. So Pierce steps back in. He's ready. Acevedo on the mound for the Yellow Jackets. He rocks and fires. That ball's driven over toward left field. It's going to get there. They're going to turn the runner and send him home. He's going to be in safe with a stand-up RBI. Conacher Pierce with a single and another run batted in.
That third baseman dove, but he wasn't even close as that ball just zoomed right by him. And Conacher gets a stand-up single.
And Jorge Ontiveros, number 24, he's number 24 in his jersey, but he always tells us he's number 1 in our hearts. He steps up to the plate here. The right-handed senior, all-state football player both ways, all-district basketball player, does a little bit of everything, headed to play college baseball next year, already signed. He's at the plate. He's batting in that 5th spot. They've had him batting in the 1st or 2nd spot most of the year. He's now moved into the 5th spot. There's a drive right down the left field line, and he'll head over to first. They're going to hold the runner. Now they're moving him. The ball, I can't even talk. The ball.
The left fielder misplayed the ball.
Yes, it went under his glove and rolled almost to the fence. So Jorge Ontiveros advances the runners. There's now runners at second and third. Yes.
Brings up Zeke Benton. He's been out of the lineup for a little bit. He had a hurt ankle, but he's been pitching pretty good. This is the first time he's going to get the bat. I think he's going to try to run.
Yep.
And hopefully he can make it down to first base without hurting himself anymore.
Benton is a heck of an athlete. Like you said, he had that serious leg injury where he fractured multiple bones in his leg, and he's just kind of struggled to get back into that natural form. But, man, is he athletic.
What's amazing, when he pitches, he dominates out there.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
That was ball 1. Yes. I'll get it figured out eventually when the game's over. On the way home, huh?
So Acevedo back on the mound. He kicks and fires. That ball's driven. It's a high chopper over toward third. Conacher Pierce almost got one in the noggin. If you'll notice, Coach Reynolds out there, he's wearing that little hard hat. I guess that started off as a joke at the beginning of the season, and they won a game, and he said, I'm going to leave it on, and basically it's become a tradition. So he sits out there wearing a hard hat. Looks like he's got his PPE on, ready to go work in the oil field.
He needs his H2S monitor. That's all he needs.
Some steel toes and an H2S monitor, and he would be in business. There's a low one.
That was ball 2. Count is 1 ball, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Another shout out to Nolan Reynolds. I told Coach I'd shout out to him. He's out there listening and watching. Work on that swing. Work on the slider. You got this, Nolan.
He says 1-1 or 2-1. I can't see the umpire. But anyways.
So here comes the pitch. That ball's driven over toward third base. Third baseman charging. He throws it over. And they're going to call him out at first. I almost thought he might have pulled off. But Benton comes up limping a little bit.
And that's what I'm afraid. Outside looking in, let him rest, because he's a very good pitcher. Pitch him when he's in the rotation, use him that way, let him rest. That when the playoffs come, he's 100% ready to rock and roll. So that's 1 out for the Eunice Cardinals here as Conacher comes home and Jorge advances to third.
Bubba Cerna comes up to the plate. Little Fernando, as some call him. He's up there, the right-hander. I believe Fernando's a freshman, correct?
Sophomore.
Sophomore, okay. All right. I don't know why I was thinking he was a grade below my kiddo.
I don't know.
Wasn't sure. I believe you. If you say sophomore, I believe you. I believe I can fly too. But anyway, there's a swing and a miss for strike 2.
So we have 1 out, correct? Yes, the one from a minute ago.
Yeah, it's an 0-2 count. We got 1 out here for the Cardinals. Kermit in the field, wearing that home maroon or whatever you call that, burgundy something.
Ooh, strike call,
he's
strike
gonna
3.
Call it. It was a hesitant strikeout, but they call. Score should be 4-0 at this point. So a two RBI single by Tucker, an RBI single by Pierce, and an RBI ground out by Benton. So the score's 4-0 at this point. Sean Stinson at the plate.
The count is 1-1 on Sean Stinson with 2 outs. Runner on third, which by is Jorge Ontiveros on third. Eunice Cardinals are leading 4-0 here in Kermit, Texas. I almost said Kermit, New Mexico. It's Texas over here.
So Zeke steps back in. He's ready. Acevedo takes a look at the catcher. He likes the signal. Here comes the fire, and it is outside and low.
That's Stinson, Coach.
Oh, yeah, you know what I said, Zeke.
Yeah. That's because he's probably on our mind when he took off running. I was concerned about, but he's there. So
Stinson in there. My apologies. It's 2-1 count. 2 outs here. We're in the first inning. Here comes the pitch. It's low and outside for ball number 2. I'm sorry, ball number 3.
Correct.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Top of the first.
Yep.
Shout out to our sponsor real quick, Redbird Gas, City of Eunice, and Eunice Public Schools. I got those in real quick, didn't I?
Yep.
I'm getting good at it, I guess.
And the bottom of the first, because Kermit batted first. And there is a walk for Stinson.
No. What'd you say, Coach?
A walk?
Yes.
For Stinson. So that'll bring up Gio Chacon, another senior, headed up to the plate. Runners at the corners for the Cardinals.
Freshman.
Is he?
Yes, I thought he was a sophomore.
Yeah,
You know what? Because he played last year in 8th grade.
As an 8th grader?
Yeah.
I think.
Thank you.
You know, it's funny how you start to know the kids in your kid's grade. And I was thinking he was younger than Chloe, but I wasn't certain, and she's a sophomore.
And he's always played up a year.
Yes.
With the older kids, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, all through youth baseball and whatnot, he always did that for sure.
Thank you, whoever texted me. I don't have you in my system, but I appreciate you listening.
Yep. So Gio Chacon steps up to the plate. Runners at the corners. Eunice leads 4-0 at this point.
Runners on the corners, you said, correct?
Yep. He steps in's ready. Acevedo's ready. He's going to turn around and fake back toward first. I would guess the minute he makes a movement toward home, Stinson's going to be on the go.
I would concur. And remember, we only have one umpire.
Here goes the move. They throw it home. He's going to go ahead and throw it out there. They throw it
all the way down to second base, and Jorge stood still out there like a deer in the headlights.
Jorge was like, I know my limits.
I didn't say that.
I'm not running no 40-yard dash here down the third base line.
In the first inning, let's pace ourselves, gentlemen.
I'll stand here and wait for Gio to hit it, and then I'll run.
Gio hits it over on the right-hand side, but it's a foul ball.
Toward the car. Oh,
barely missed it.
Over the top of the car, so didn't quite get it.
So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike, correct? Or did he call that first one? I'm paying attention too much to the game.
Yeah, I don't have it. I look at the scoreboard. Scoreboard says 0-2, but the scoreboard also says 3-0 on the score, and I know that's incorrect.
It's incorrect. I have to pay more attention here. So it looks like the Eunice has batted through the lineup because Gio Chacon is the last batter of the lineup. So hopefully he gets a good hit out of here.
It's a high ball, and they show that as ball number 1. Man, I will tell you this. I came early for that JV game, and these bleachers were absolutely packed for the JV game, both sides. And so it's there's half the crowd here for this varsity game as there was for the JV game earlier. There's a low and outside for ball number something.
I'm going to call it 1 strike, 3 balls, or 3 balls and 1 strike.
Okay. The board says 1 and 2. I know that's incorrect because I know I've seen at least 2 balls, and I was thinking 3, but it shows 2 and 2 up there now. They changed that part. There's a high fly ball, foul over toward the first base dugout. It bounces off the top of the dugout and out of play.
So the count becomes full on my tracker over here. And plus I have 4-0 Eunice's favor. Top of the first.
Yeah. Bottom of the first. Bottom, because they batted first, right?
No, sir.
Kermit didn't bat first?
No, sir.
Oh, you know what? You're right, huh? I'm losing it.
Hey, you've been out in the sun. Your face looks a little red, too.
The sun cooked me.
We're going to get you hydrated here in a minute.
It cooked all my tops and my bottoms. There's an inside ball 3.
Oh.
So now they show a full count.
Shows me what I know, huh?
It cooked yours, too.
I guess so. On counting anyways, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? We both might be wrong.
Cooked.
It might be the 3rd inning. Who knows?
All right, so Acevedo's back on there. We got a full count with 2 outs to Gio Chacon. Here's the pitch,
and it's
high for ball 4. So Chacon with the walk.
That's very good because he's been struggling at the plate, man. So that being said, we have batting through the whole batting order. Everybody went through once.
Yep. So here comes Micah Tippett to the plate. His first at bat, he knocked it off the top of the center field wall, about a foot from the top. The left-handed senior steps into the batter's box. Runners every single base. The base is loaded, in other words.
They're juiced, huh?
Here comes the pitch to Tippett. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. It's way high. The wind has got it, moving it around, and it's over the head of the Kermit right fielder, and the bases are going to clear. Tippett's headed for third. He's going to slide in there safely for a stay.
Oh, he called him out.
No.
Horrible call from our home baseman, home umpire, because there's only one guy on the field.
Hey, but he scored 3 runs on what should have been a triple. He was called out at third. I'll give him the call. We'll call it good. That'll put 3 more runs on the board. I believe that makes it 7.
Yes, sir.
Should be 7-0. And, I mean, you can't hardly argue with 7-0.
After scoring all them points, we're going to give a shout-out to our sponsors. Eunice Wrecker and Rental, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, I apologize, and Redbird Gas. The Cardinals came out on fire. After all, they're warming up twice, getting everything situated. They came out hitting the ball. They batted through the lineup, scored 7 points, top of the first inning.
Yep.
They're doing good. And we got Fernando Cerna on the mound for the Eunice Cardinals.
You know, one thing that's interesting is New Mexico still has the wood bat rule. So in New Mexico, they use wood bats. In Texas, they use the aluminum bats. So in the JV game a while ago, Kermit was using the aluminums. New Mexico, or Eunice, was using the wood. And that's something you'll see here as we continue. And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and I wish we could play. We're in Texas. Let's use the Texas rules. Let's use their aluminum bats.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I guess next year, everybody will go back to those.
Correct.
So I was talking to some parents down there during the JV game, and they said, we're not real excited about that. The wood bats run you about $150 total on the high dollar one, whereas the aluminum bats get to $500, $600, $700 a piece.
The good ones.
And so they said, we're going to have to be buying aluminum bats next year.
But the good thing is the aluminum bats can last you a whole season, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Baseball seasons. The wooden ones, one bat, brand new, when you go out there swinging, is broken. You're down $200.
Yeah.
And the wooden ones, you can customize them. You can put your name on it, your kid's number on it. You can put the American flag. You can put the New Mexico flag on it. You can put the Mexico flag on it if you want.
Oh, yeah?
Both new and old Mexico flags on it if you want.
It'll be all right.
The more you put on, it's like a car. The more details you put on it, the more expensive it gets.
Yeah.
Trust me. We got one for John, and it lasted him maybe 2 games. Correct it. So brings up number 14 for the Kermit, for the Yellow Jackets over here.
Yeah. So 7 runs scored there for Eunice. And we move into the bottom of the first. That first pitch is high and inside. We brought the youngster out, the freshman on the mound today. I have yet to see him pitch this year in a varsity game, so it's kind of neat that they're going to bring him out, let him pitch in this ball game.
He pitched the other day against Levington. He did a very good job.
Did good, yeah. He looks like he's throwing it pretty good.
He has very good control, very command of it. What I like about it, he puts the ball in play a lot, so his fielder's got to be on point.
So here comes the pitch. It's swung on and hit high, foul back over the top of us. It'll probably go bang real loud here in a second. No, it must have went over into the parking lot.
Hit our big, beautiful red bus.
We've got this aluminum roof right over the top of us, or metal roof. Foul ball hits that, and it'll wake us up.
Ooh, curveball comes in on the inside corner. No call was on that. Called it a ball. You believe that?
That's a big breaking ball. Looked to me like it got back in there, but the ump's got a much better view than I got. He's a little closer.
So count is 1-1.
There's a high drive out towards center. Center fielder comes in and makes a nice catch. So that's a line out for the first out.
Micah Tippett took about 3 steps in and just raised his hand, caught it.
Yep.
Make it look easy out there, didn't he?
You know, this Cardinal team can do a little bit of everything. I've been extremely impressed. They field the ball well. They hit the ball well. They pitch well. They definitely do some good things for sure.
They're very well rounded. They're deep in the bullpen. They have multiple players that can play any position on the field. But we still can't get the ball back to the pitcher. Did he call it a ball? He did. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me pay attention.
Yeah, I believe it was called ball 1. So here comes the next pitch from Cerna. There's a swing and a miss for 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. So all ones across the board. except for that big 7 on the side of the Cardinals right now. 7-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Looks pretty up there, doesn't it?
It does. I got to admit. There's a high inside for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in a breezy Kermit, Texas. Home of all my in-laws. All my family, or a bunch of them, on my wife's side is all from Kermit.
Ooh, calls the outside corner for a strike. Pings the count 2-2. Kermit, is this where the Rosie's flower shop's from?
Yeah, my mother-in-law's flower shop is here in Kermit. My 2 of my sister-in-laws graduated high school right here in Kermit.
Oh, Kermit, Texas.
Kermit, Texas.
So this young man went down on strikes. As they throw the ball around, it gets out to left field. We give a shout out to our sponsors: Eunice Record Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas.
So that'll bring up Marquez with 2 outs. That last batter was, I think it's Salis, but I'm not certain. Marquez here.
Strike 1 on Marcus, the batter.
My roster that I got from the Kermit side is a picture of a handwritten, cursive, scribbled thing. It's hard to see. There's a high fly ball over towards shortstop. Shortstop's going to step in and catch that for out number 3, and Kermit will be out of inning number 1, and we will head to the top of the second with Eunice in the lead 7-0 after the first inning.
I want to give a shout out to the City of Eunice. Yesterday they worked late in diligency at the track meet they had yesterday to get everything fixed with some water problems they had there. Septic problems, if I'm not mistaken. That way they can have their junior high meet today. So great shout out to the City of Eunice, because they came in and jumped in when we needed it the most.
Man, I even saw Mr. Haynes out there dressed like a plumber. I was pretty certain that he opened up like Haynes and Haynes Plumbing. He was out there.
Corporation.
Yeah, he was out there elbow deep in some sewage water, trying to get some things unclogged, and the city showed up. John Dietrich and crew, they were out there. They put in some work and got things working. It was a mess for a while, because I had a couple of coaches come up to me and say, hey, where's the restroom? And I said, they're over there at the concession stand. They said, those are all locked. And they said, I got kids that need to use the restroom before they run. There's no restrooms. And next thing you know, they started telling people to go over to the baseball field for the restroom.
Yeah, it's amazing how they can come in and help us out, man, with situations like that, because it was a track meet and there was, 6 or 7 teams out there. And that's a lot of kids that need to go to the restroom. So we're grateful they came in, stepped in, took care of it. And once again, that was the City of Eunice, Redbird Gas, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Record Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Eunice Health Clinic, our proud sponsors of today's game. And we're going to bring up the bat. It's going to be Alfredo Morales going to be the next batter for the Eunice Cardinals, as the score here is top of the second, 7-0 in Eunice favor here in Kermit, Texas. A beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon. It's a little windy, but we can bear with that wind. Where we're sitting at, we're still in the shade, and it's all good up here. And some more Eunice people are showing up to watch the game. So we have the young man up here running the scoreboard for the Yellow Jackets in that. He must be talking to his brother about throwing the ball to the pitcher. So it brings Alfredo up the bat. Gets in the batter's box.
Chloe, she's needing my assistance. She keeps texting me. There's a foul ball for strike number 1 to Alfredo.
Beautiful breaking ball. Just Alfredo's too far ahead of it.
Yeah, he had a bunt single in the first, trying to advance the runner. Ended up reaching safely to first. So Alfredo's back in there. There's a swing and a drive over toward the shortstop. Shortstop picks it up. He's trying to get it over to first, and it is not in time. And Alfredo with another infield single.
Where is he playing on the field?
You know,
is he DHing for somebody?
I have no idea. I have it in my it in my thing over there. But yeah. All right, so that'll bring up Chance Tucker. He had a 2 RBI single in his first at bat. The number 3 batter for this Eunice Cardinal baseball team. There's a foul ball for strike number 1.
By golly, he swings, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He puts all his might into that.
He swings about as hard as he runs around them bases out there.
So count is 0 balls, 1 strike.
Yes.
And Alfredo's still on first. I figured he'd be gone in second already. That catcher's having a hard time throwing it down a second for the Yellow Jackets. Ooh.
There is a high outside for ball number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here. We're in the top of the second. Eunice leads 7-0. Alfredo standing on first and Chance Tucker at the plate. Tucker's in there and ready. Shout out to Nolan Reynolds. Here's the pitch. It's driven over toward third. It's a chopper. Third baseman struggling with it. He can't bring it in, and they're going to reach safely. And I'll give Tucker a single, probably an infield error, reached on first, but I'm a generous little radio announcer.
And that third baseman had, even though he bobbled the ball, he still had a chance to first. But he just kind of gave up on play, I guess you could say.
And as you mentioned, this is a real grass field. It's not that turf that we've got so used to where you don't have those crazy hops. On this real stuff, you know, you had a little edge of dirt or grass and the ball jumps sideways, up, down, whatever. We don't have that on the turf fields that we've played on so much this year.
Correct. And up the bat for the Eunice Cardinals is Big 13, Conacher Pierce. He swung and missed the first one, so the count is 0 balls, 1 strike on this young man. With runners on first and second.
That ball's low and outside for ball 1. So 1-1 here to Conacher Pierce. Pierce, the quarterback for the state championship football team this year. All-state quarterback. He steps in, he's ready. There's an inside pitch for ball number 2.
He avoided that ball like he did the people trying to block him during football, didn't he?
I've mentioned before, I think Pierce is likely one of the best catchers in the state of New Mexico. You very, very seldom see a runner steal a base on him. He's pretty solid back there when he wants to be.
That's correct. I can agree.
Sometimes
Concur on that one.
Sometimes you get ahead in these games and he can kind of relax a little bit. But I tell you, he's as good as any of them back there when he turns the switch on for dang sure. There's a dry foul.
I have a full count on Conacher Pierce here. 3 balls and 2 strikes on this young man. Runners in scoring position. You just notice that the sun's going to be an issue here in a couple of minutes for the players out there on first, second, and right field.
That right field, yep.
And earlier when they hit that bomb out there, when Chip hit that ball, I don't think the sun was an issue.
Right. Yeah, it's slowly getting down to where it's getting in our faces a little bit.
Not ours because we're in the shade, baby.
Right. Well, we're just in here cooking behind this hot tin. There's a drive into left center field. Shortstop couldn't come up with it, and now they misplayed it out there. It's going to score multiple runs. Pierce going to easily stroll into second for a stand-up double for Pierce.
So the score is 9-0 to 9 Eunice favor, and Conacher Pierce gets a double. We're going to have a pinch runner by Jonathan Caballero.
So Pierce has already got 3 RBIs on the game. And yes, you're right. We're going to have a pinch runner as Pierce is going to head to the dugout to take it easy.
Got to say them legs and knees.
Yep. So it's 9-0 here in the top of the second. Cardinals in control. Jorge Ontiveros, he steps back to the plate. He had a double his first at bat. The senior, once again, all-state football player, all-district basketball player, headed to play college baseball next year is this senior.
And that's a strike 1 on the senior here. You watch that ball go by.
Looked like a slow breaking ball that looked inside and then broke back over the corner.
You see, that should have been a balk. The pitcher's on the mound, and he's facing home, but also he turns his shoulders towards shortstop and may move over. But they didn't call it. It was a ball. You called that a strike?
Yeah, that's the second pitch to me that from our angle definitely looked inside. Both of them called strikes. That one a fastball the inside. So it's 0-2 to Ontiveros. He steps back in. I'm guessing he's swinging at anything now, and he drives it over toward left field, and the left fielder makes a good catch.
For out number 1 for the Eunice Cardinals, this is a nice, good, strong hit. But something like that, he was protecting the plate, man. When that call starts coming in a little questionable, you got to just protect the plate, they say.
So once again, we bring up Zeke Benton. We mentioned that he's been kind of the ace pitcher for this team all year, but he's had some troubles with an injured leg, so we haven't seen him at the plate much. And so he's back in here trying his batting efforts.
Ball 1, low and outside.
This young man is as athletic as anybody I've seen in a Cardinal uniform through the years. He can run. He's quick.
And he knows it, too.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll let you know that he knows it.
He's a hard-headed rascal sometimes.
That's what I like about him. That's why.
But he definitely plays hard, and I enjoy watching him play whatever it is he's playing.
Honestly, I enjoy it, too. I loved it when he would spin that ball. But sometimes it would hurt us, man, but he lets you know, man.
Yep.
So the count is 1-1 on this young man.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Benton steps in there. He's ready.
Runner on second. Pinch runner for Conacher.
Acevedo throws it. That ball's hit right into center field. It's a nice, easy hit. They're going to turn the runner and send him home, and then they change their mind.
That runner needs to get on his horse.
Runner was cruising about the last 20 feet over to third, and the coach was giving him the sign, and by the time he finally looked up and realized he was getting the sign to go and turn the wheels on, coach was turning the wheels off. So a nice single.
Did he run down the line pretty good? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. He hit it into outfield, so he just trotted over there. I hate to second guess anybody, but I would probably pinch run for him. But he scares me out there because we need him.
Yes, I concur 100%, man.
So number 20, this is Bubba Cerna. His first at bat, he had the strikeout. He steps back in, the freshman.
I figured out who Alfredo's batting for. He's batting for Marcus Cercero.
Oh, okay. So Cercero's playing first, but not batting.
Correct.
Yeah, all these new rules are crazy to me. That wasn't even allowed when I was in school, so that's all different, and I can't hardly keep up half the time. Yeah, I didn't know you could have a pinch hitter for just anybody out there in the field. I thought it was for the pitcher, but like I said, I learn something new every day. I won't remember it tomorrow, but I learn it.
Trust me, you got bigger things to remember.
It's like 51st dates. I get up here every day and we'll learn a new thing.
I'm just glad I found this place.
Yeah. Well, you can take me to that little restaurant in Hawaiian beach area, and we can have waffles. That's what they do on 51st dates.
Every day we'll be some big old people, man.
All right, there's a swing. The ball's fouled over toward the first base line, and it is a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. We're in the top of the second. Eunice is up 9-0.
Thank you, Mr. Benton, for giving me that information about Alfredo. I won't get no credit thinking I figured it out, huh? I can't even figure out the score. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1-1. I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes. 1-1-1 up on the board.
Acevedo with the pitch. That ball's inside.
You see, that was a strike earlier on Tiveros.
And the ump actually turned his shoulders and looked like he was ready to, punch him out, and then didn't make a move. I thought he was going to call. As we mentioned earlier, as we were waiting on the ump, we've only got 1 ump at this game. I think it's because people like you and I, we talk trash about them all the time.
You and I? What do you mean you and I? I concur on that one.
Yeah, you got to be thick-skinned to be an ump or a ref if you and I are on the mic.
You got to have thick-skinned to be in his press box, too, I guess.
Yeah, we'll give him a little whooping every now and then from up here. So it's 2-2. The runner went way early. Oh, that was a walk, I guess.
That's a walk, but we'll give him a stolen base.
So Cerna headed to first. The runner took off, and he was basically on second before the pitch even got home, and then it was a called ball 4.
You see Benton out there stretching out that ankle, man. It stresses me, but you know what? I'm just paid to do this when I'm doing right here. So we're going to have a timeout on the field, or coach can go out there and talk to his infielders to give a shout-out to our sponsors. Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas, our proud sponsors of today's game and any other game we play or support out there. Thank you very much for being with us through the good and through the bad.
That's right. That's right.
Making this possible.
Right now it's pretty good. 9-0 in the second inning is a pretty good start.
I was hoping that Keseshtan would be a little closer.
Well, it's got a little window over there.
That's old school, huh? This is an old school field. Look at your light poles.
Oh yeah, they're like freaking pump jacks or something.
There you go.
They're not pump jacks, like oil field drilling derricks or something. I mean,
windmills. They're like windmills. They got that A-frame on them.
Yeah.
So here we go again. Here's Stinton's coming in the bat. Bases loaded. You got Caballero on third, Benton on second,
He walked his first at bat. Did Stinson, the senior.
We got a pinch runner for Bubba Fernando. It looks like Adan Hernandez out there. Ooh. There's going to be a ball one. Looks like a strike to me, but we'll call it a ball.
So
there's only one out.
1 ball, no strikes here. 1 out.
Top of the second.
Top of the second. Top of the morning to you.
Was that the leprechaun?
On the mound. I think so. Something like that.
I just got chills. It scared me, man.
No,
the ball gets away from the catcher, and Caballero comes home. And he ran fast this time. And that score's going to be 10-0. We might have to get out here early and go to that Sonora restaurant. Have you eaten there yet?
I thought
down
you were
the road?
Talking like maybe there was a dance going
Oh,
on.
no, man. I got 2 left feet. I can't
Well, I was
dance.
going to pull out my little curved-toe boots, the lizard skin ones, put my hat on and bend the sides up real high. Thump, 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 thump. I was going to bust a move. But
I like how you said curved toe.
Yeah, I was about to do it. I've been wanting to get some of those that have the little string that you tie up there to where you can help yourself dance with them in the front.
Once again, that's Jimmy Jones.
So it's 10-0. Eunice in the lead.
And
they
got a runner.
Pick off, and this is the young man that we don't want to get hurt. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, right there.
Oh, yeah.
That just scares me. They would have never gotten him if he was 100%.
Yeah.
And he comes back through home, he's limping once again, and that's something we got to take in consideration.
Yeah, that young man has got a multiple fracture to the lower leg, and he is just now coming back. And prior to that injury to that leg, he was one of the fastest young men I've ever seen run.
I concur.
That is a serious, serious injury he's had to that leg, and he's just now getting back. So it scares me every time I see him running.
So that makes 2 outs, man. And Lisa, as that went on, Adan advanced to second. So we got a runner on second, 2 outs. Stinson out the bat. Sean Stinson in there. Oh, check swing, and he called it a strike. So I guess it's 1-1 after all that activity. I guess we got to pay closer attention to the game. We're not like the professionals have 4 or 5 cameras we can rewind and look at our stats. It's just Jimmy and I.
Well, and we don't, we get to talking about those dances going on down here in Kermit.
You and your famous
on a Saturday night. Ooh.
A little bit high for ball, too. High and inside. That had to be high if Stinson had a duck, huh?
Yeah, because he's pretty dang tall.
He is tall.
He's not the shortest fella out
I thought
there.
you were going to say the sharpest tool.
Oh, no, he's pretty sharp.
He is very sharp.
Just not the shortest. Ball almost ear-holed him.
Ball low. Ball gets away, and Adan advances to third. And Stinson runs.
Oh, man. Did you see him slide? He's going to break a leg, especially one of them little skinny legs. He come running in there, and he started his slide about 2 foot off the base at a dead run. So it literally, like the minute he straightened his leg out, it hit the base and just stood him straight up like a violent pop-up slide.
It's just his clay. We're not used to really playing in this rough, tough clay.
It looked like it almost broke his little leg in half.
That brings Giovanni Chacon up the bat. He drew a walk last time, which is a good thing because he has been in a slump. Stinson's on first, Adan Hernandez on third, and we just did a fake throw toward first, keeping Stinson honest out there. I'm going to agree he's going to steal on the first move.
And they've thrown down every time. It hasn't really bothered them, and there goes the throw.
And it's a hit
over
towards third base. Giovanni's running out towards first, and there's a bat throw. He he turns towards second. Stinson advances towards home, and he scores. So his score's going to be 12-0. Giovanni's still going all the way to third base. He got a triple hitting the ball to third. And we got a Kermit fan getting up and leaving. That's he sees the score.
He shook his head when that happened and grabbed his stuff and like slammed his little seat thing down and
I'm gone
and left. So the Kermit faithful are saying they're out of here.
I wonder if it's somebody kidding him because he doesn't look real happy, man.
Yeah.
So the score is 12-0, 2 outs. Giovanni got a triple out of that missed throw, and it brings up Micah Tippett off the bat again.
So we're back to the top of the lineup. Tippett with a 3 RBI triple that he was called out sliding into third and a double off the center field wall in his first 2 at-bats.
And that first ball thrown to him was in the dirt. Low, and very low.
Tippett has hit multiple balls over the fence this year. He's definitely capable.
Him and Jorge Ontiveros, I think they're the only ones that have hit home runs during games, correct?
I think there's 3 the last time I looked. Maybe Sean Stinson?
I stand corrected. Yes, he hit one in the opposite field the other day.
Yeah.
So the count is 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. here on the top of the second. 2 outs. The score is 0-12. Eunice leads here in Kermit, Texas. That wind calmed down a little bit, too, so.
Home of the Yellow Jackets.
Home of the Yellow Jackets.
They may come back and sting us here pretty soon. We're going to have to keep this going.
Keep the pedal on, right?
Yep. So Acevedo on the mound for the Yellow Jackets. He takes a look at his catcher, likes the sign, kicks and fires. There's a high fly ball to deep right center field. The wind has it. I don't know where it's going to get. It gets, they make the catch in deep right center field, and that was a nice catch by the center fielder.
He ran a long way to get that, man.
Yeah. You know, Tippett has made contact with 3 straight pitches, and all of them have been deep into right center field. I mean, he has really hit the ball solid today.
He's making good contact. He's watching the ball good right now, swinging through like he should be. So that being said, the score is 12-0. Eunice leads. Give a shout out to our sponsor, Eunice Wreck and Rentals. Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply. I love this song. Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, and City of Eunice and Redbird Gas.
I'm not sure that isn't related to Casey Arcides.
I wasn't going to say it.
He kind of has
to look. Said it. You said it, not me.
I mean, shoot, he may be Chief Ump. Chief. Chief Arcides. He's out there behind home plate. Got the Arcides look going to me.
A lot. I wonder if Arcides has any kin folks here in Kermit, Texas.
If he doesn't, he probably better do some of that DNA testing stuff to check. Cause
I wasn't going to say that.
I am certain that man's got some Arcides in him. I mean, look at him.
Back on my feet.
Yeah, that guy.
Eunice only stranded 1 runner that we scored. We had a good outing there. The kids went out to hit the ball like they're supposed to. The only mishap we probably had was that pickoff towards third.
I mean, if that guy had some LeBrons and a Chicago Cubs hat, I would have no doubt that he was an Arcides.
I don't see why they like LeBrons, but that's a whole different subject. It's a generational thing, right?
I guess. I mean, what generation is he from that he likes LeBron so much?
I don't know. He's like 2 years younger than me, isn't he?
I think maybe.
The wrong generation.
That's right. We'll give
no,
him
he'll probably pull me over as soon as I get in town.
We'll give him a hard time.
He walk into the police station and have my picture on the bulletin.
Get this guy.
Mandatory twice a week.
Yep. Touch him up every time.
They plant stuff in my car. I'm just joking, guys. City Eunice, I'm just joking. I apologize. Once again, my name is Jimmy Jones.
So we're moving into the bottom of the second here. Acevedo, the pitcher, steps up to the plate. Beautiful. That ball is in there for strike number 1.
Beautiful breaking ball. The score is 12-0. Eunice leads.
This is Acevedo. He is up. There's a drive over toward the shortstop. Shortstop charges in, throws it over toward first. There's a skip in the dirt, and Cercero couldn't quite dig it out of the dirt. It was low coming across there. Shortstop had to charge, and when he grabbed that ball, it looked like he grabbed a whole glove full of dirt because the dirt went flying everywhere.
So they're going to have a pinch runner for their pitcher going over to first. It's number 19. So this is the first time Kermit has a runner on.
Yeah. And this is another Acevedo, number 22, Mario, that steps up to the plate. Runner at first. Acevedo's ready. Bubba Cerna on the mound for the Cardinals. They throw over toward first, and that ball's going all the way to the fence.
Oh, he's going to 3.
He's going to. Here he goes. He runs across there.
And he makes it safely all the way third. Well, it's an awkward slide.
Yeah.
But he is safe. He had made up his mind once he got to second base, he was going to third.
Yeah.
No matter what.
You know, we mentioned in our pregame discussion about this field the distance between the baselines and the fence and the distance between home plate and the backstop. There's a lot of room there.
It's a huge field.
And if the ball gets past your first baseman like that, it's going to that fence, and it is a long ways over there.
Well, think about it. Around the whole diamond, they have a 10-foot warning track all the way around. And they still have like 20 feet of grass.
At least. Yeah.
That's a big step. So Kermit squares with the bunt. Oh, he does not bunt. He swings right through it, and that's a strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm behind. I apologize. With the runner on third. So we'll see what Bubba does here. Oh, swing and a miss. Strike 2. They throw it over towards third, but not even close. Runner dives back. He is safe.
As we've mentioned before, very few people have I ever seen steal a base on Conacher Pierce. The young man's got an absolute cannon from behind home plate. I have watched a lot of catchers, and I've never seen anybody that could fire it down the base path like he does. I mean, he has got a bazooka for an arm. There's a drive toward left center field. You've got base
Giovanni gets underneath it.
They fire it home.
Makes a
and
nice
they got
throw.
him. No.
Oh my gosh, they called him safe, saying he missed the tag. Giovanni got under the ball, hit out there towards left field, made a beautiful throw in the air. Conacher went out and caught it, came by and swiped him out, but they called him safe.
Wow.
So the score is 1. A Phantom 1 to 12. Wow. Okay, here we go again. Brings up number 6 back for the Yellow Jackets with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
So it's 12-1. Eunice still in the lead here. Kermit able to get on the board at 12-1. There's a swing and a miss for strike. That was strike 2, right?
Correct. He must have missed it completely because nobody came out of the Eunice dugout to question the call.
Conacher looked like he was questioning it, but you're right. Nobody came out on the other side.
This young man went down on strikes to retire the side. That being said, Kermit scores 1 here on the bottom of the second. As we go to the top of the third, we give a shout out to our sponsors. Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, Redbird Gas.
Oh, they're sending them back out.
What?
They're sending them back out. Let's see.
No, that was strike 3. My golly, well.
No, they're right. Because the first 3 batters got out the first time. First guy singled. We had a fly out, a K.
You know what? Because I was counting that out.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, so that is 2 outs. So I'll give the ump credit. He is
Eunice
definitely
Pump and
right
Supply,
there, even
Park
though he
Energy
looks like
Service.
Casey Arcides.
So it brings up a Kermit player up to bat number 3. Bubba throws it high and inside for ball 1. Let me see if I can get this situated here. You just need to, we get this on an iPad, boss. Because my thumbs are a little too big for fat.
For them little phone buttons.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. Bottom of the second. So it's 1-1. 2 outs. I hope.
So Bubba Cerna on the hill for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch. It's swung on, fouled right back over toward us. Hits the net.
Took forever to get here, but he got here eventually.
Kind of seemed like it was in slow motion up there floating around. I bet it's hot in that little concession stand unless there's some AC or something. And I don't see
one.
any.
No.
I don't either.
Unless it's on the
Yeah.
east side. I bet you they make some killer Frito pies over there. Looks like one of those Frito pie making machines.
Just got a little hole, and I wonder if that's how they crawl in to get in there to work. A little bitty hole.
It's confined space, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
The count is 2-2, 2 outs here on the bottom of the second.
Have to borrow Coach Reynolds' little hard hat to get in there.
Oh, swing and a miss for strike 3. That should be the 4th out of the inning.
Yeah,
no, that's the 3rd out, correct?
Yes, that will be the 3rd out. At the end of 2, it's 12-1. The Cardinals in the lead here in Kermit, Texas.
Shout out to our sponsors one more time. Eunice Record and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas. A lot happened in that last inning. That I was a little confused for a second, but I guess we must have missed a swipe coming home. There's a beautiful throw by Giovanni, catching in the air, throwing it home in the air as well. We just missed it.
Yeah, he unleashed one from out there in left center field all the way in the air, hit the catcher right there in the front of the base, and, I mean, it was a nice throw.
The runner wasn't sliding. I could, at our angle, we can't see.
I'm assuming he missed the swipe because he caught it and swiped, and I'm assuming that was the ump's, view is that
Casey was right on top. I mean, the umpire was right on top of it.
Yeah.
Taking care of it. So.
Yeah, he had him. He was right there. So. See if Coach Reynolds is going to go over and ask him, hey, can you tell me what happened on that? Did we miss the swipe? No, he's like, I ain't going to say nothing. We're up 12-1. I'm going to go over here and sit down. Shut up.
He did. He did came back.
Yeah.
That's the first time he talks to him here at the top of the 3rd.
Yeah.
It's a good job. So it's going to bring Alfredo back up to bat.
Looks like they might be making some lineup changes.
Kermit is. I got a new pitcher out there, number 14, on the mound. And their center fielder, I think that was their center fielder. He came in the pitch.
Yeah, and I don't even have him on our
On the roster.
And
then the pitcher went to first base. And I think that's the only changes I can see from here.
Seeing their other stuff down here, you can't even. See, they don't have a 14.
That's positions. So they don't have a number 14.
Yeah, but
yeah, here you
they
go.
don't have a 14. And then over here they've got a 9 and a 7.
See, 9 was.
They got two number 9s on here, according to my. There ain't no telling.
Oh, okay. We'll figure it out eventually.
Maybe this is a 14 instead of a 19. I bet you're right. I bet that's what that is.
Yeah, because he's the first batter. Yesterday he's playing left
Yeah.
center field. 8 is center field.
Yeah, so now he goes to pitch.
Correct. And then the pitcher went to first.
Yep.
The only substitute they have in is the one in center field, but because that's irrelevant at this given moment. Brings Alfredo up the bat here on the top of the third. See what this young man has other than that huge glove on the mound. He has a beautiful fastball. High and inside, unhittable right there. That's a beautiful spot to throw the ball if you're pitching. If you're a pitcher.
Yep.
Or if you like to throw the ball.
Yeah, or if you play for Kermit.
Because Eunice,
not a good place for
No.
Eunice to hit it, but
I was going to tip something away, but I'm not. I'm not. We're notorious for that, for being on the radio.
so Alfredo steps back in there. He's ready to go. Here comes the pitch from the new pitcher. That's a high fly ball right up over the top of us. Probably going to be noisy.
Oh, misses everything, huh?
Jesus Lara is the new pitcher, number 14.
He's working quick, too. He has 2 strikes on Alfredo, which is, I think this is the first time Alfredo's ever been down that much. 2 strikes.
Yeah.
That much.
He's done a good job of putting the ball in play when he's been at bat.
Ooh, pitch on the outside corner. He calls it a strike. It looked like it appeared to be off the plate by an inch or 2, but it counted as a strike, so that's out number 1.
So that's a strikeout for Alfredo. That's his first strikeout of the day.
Yep, and this is the first time of this game that we have not started off with the runner on.
Yep. So Chance Tucker comes to the plate. Tucker has got a single that scored 2 RBIs into the outfield, and then he's got another single. So he has singled both at bats today.
That's a ball 1, just a bit outside.
Yep.
Kermit, Texas.
So Chance Tucker steps back up to the plate. He is ready. Lara on the mound for Kermit. Here comes the kick and fire. That ball's hit high and foul right back over the top of us again for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Top of the third.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning. Is the kids playing baseball out there in the background? There it is.
Oh yeah, way
Way out there.
over there. Got a better eye. Your eyes are a few years younger than mine. They can still see that far.
What, about 10 years younger?
I had to squint a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, I see them little kitties over there in the background.
Just in case you missed it, that was another ball.
Oh yeah.
So it's 1 strike. Well, 2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. We're in the top of the third. Eunice kind of has it on cruise control at this point, which sometimes can
hurt
come
us.
back to bite you. You get ahead that far early.
That's why you play 7 innings or more.
Yep.
in baseball. Count is 2-2 here on Tucker as he crouches the plate a little bit closer. He has not been hit today. Oh, hits it high. Playable. The catcher runs all the way back, but it hit the net when he was 2 feet short from hit the net.
That's a lot of running.
That's a lot of running. With that gear on, it's hard, too.
I mean, he almost looked like he was at the track meet a while ago.
Coming out of the box.
Running
boom.
that 100 in
That
some
100.
catching gear.
Could you imagine?
No.
Running a 40, wearing catch again? That kid is tough.
Yeah, tougher than me.
Count remains the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out.
Jesus Lara, here on Good Friday. Jesus is probably a good name to have.
Good play there.
He kicks and fires.
Ooh.
That ball's definitely looked like it was there.
That's his go-to pitch.
Yes, sir.
So it brings Conacher Pierce up the bat.
So Chance Tucker and Alfredo both go down to strikeouts. So here comes Conacher Pierce, the catcher for the Cardinals. He's going to step into that right-handed batter's box.
With that big, bright, pink, reddish bat.
Yep. Kind of matches them stripes in the Cardinals uniform.
Those are nice uniforms, aren't they?
Here comes the pitch, and it is definitely low and outside for ball number 1.
And once again, people, keep in mind we are in Texas, and Texas plays with aluminum bats when they bat.
Yep.
And New Mexico players, we are still using wood, and we are leading right now 12-1.
Yep, it's wood versus aluminum here. Cardinals versus Yellow Jackets.
High for ball 2.
Yep. Look like a little outside from this little view I got right here.
But kid is throwing good.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely throwing the ball well. He didn't like the last call. He's looking at his catcher going like this. So here comes the pitch.
He's like framing.
There's a high fly ball to deep right center field. It's way back off the top of the wall again. Pierce is going to turn and head into second, where he's easily going to reach. He pops up safely with the double.
There's a nice shot, deep part of the field. Hits the top of the wall. That was, what, like 20 feet tall?
Yeah.
3 feet from going over from the deepest part of this field. Nice hitting off of Connor Pierce there.
So now Pierce and Tippett have both dang near hit one over. Both of those shots would have been over any other place on the field, but they hit the maroon monster out there in center field, and it kept them in play.
Kept them in play, and they'll have a pinch runner for Connor Pierce.
Yep.
That's old Jonathan Caballero out there running bases today.
So J. Cab owns second. Jorge Ontiveros, who's number 1 in our hearts, steps to the plate.
It's weird overcast with that sun, huh?
He's got a double and a fly out. There's a drive into left field. J. Cab is heading to third, and they're going to hold him there. And runners at the corners, as number 1, Zeke Benton, will head to the plate.
What I like about that, Jorge jumped on the first pitch, man. Swung through it, went right over the shortstop's head. Beautiful job of hitting the ball.
Once again, you can hear the difference in that bat off the ball. Eunice are using the wood bats, Kermit using the aluminum bats. So pretty interesting to watch the battle of the bats.
Huh, that's a good way to promote this, the Battle of the Bats. Huh?
Battle of the bats.
And there's the law showed up. Casey done called the law.
Oh, man, he probably called down here and said they're talking about me, saying I look like the ump. You better get somebody over there. They'll be trying to extradite us back to New Mexico. I'm gonna fight.
I'm fleeing
I'm gonna fight extradition.
I'm running from the law. So that brings number 1, Zeke Benton up the bat. Call was a strike, if I'm not mistaken.
Runners at the corners.
Oh, it's 1-1.
You know, I'm sitting where I'm at. I'm almost right behind home plate. That was a fastball high and outside, but it like snaked. It was moving a bunch. It was a kind of a crazy-looking fastball.
Got that top spin on it. Just a 2-seam or 4-seam. Usually a 2-seam rises. There it is again on the outside corner. And it appeared to be a strike to the umpire, so the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, even though they have a full count on the board.
Yep. You know that the ump, we're always talking about finding what they're going to call, and he likes that outside, probably 3, 4, 5 inches outside. He likes that spot. That's another one that's right there in that same general vicinity.
And that catcher set up on the inside corner, so that pitcher missed his spot the whole way.
Yep.
So the runners are still sitting on the corners for the Eunice Cardinals.
We had some junior high kids have a track meet today over in Eunice. Looked like everybody did
he got hit.
Looked like everybody did a real good job.
I like how you did. He got hit, runs over towards first base, but when he got hit, he looks down at it and just shakes it out. He shakes his head like, "Are you serious, guys?"
Yeah. And so, anyway, that'll send Benton over to first after being hit by a pitch, and that now loads the bases with 2 outs, and they're going to bring
Blevins.
Billy Blevins comes in.
Bases are loaded for the pitcher. Your situation here, the pitcher help himself here with 2 outs.
Man, if he could put a ball in play out there.
Open it up a little bit more.
Yep.
So everybody walks out there. That's something about baseball. Sometimes it's very, very slow. Sometimes it's very, very fast. A lot of action. No action some innings.
Yep.
That's why sometimes it's hard to watch it on TV. Yep. But it's even better when they listen to it on the radio, huh?
Mm-hmm. I concur. Be even better if they'd bring me a big glass of iced tea up here in Kermit, Texas.
Some Texas iced tea?
That's right. That ball's going to get past, and here comes the runner headed home. He slides in there safely.
That son of a gun needs a
He-
slide.
I was fixed to say, I
He
said he
needs
slid. He
to
never
slide.
slid. He almost got out with that swipe tag, but he
I don't know
stepped
what in
there.
the world that kid is thinking, man. I'm very patient of doing a Jimmy Jones during basketball season, man.
You're going to mute it and scream, hey,
I know.
what
I
are you
was
doing?
almost going to walk down there, probably down from his T-shirt.
Tell me you better slide there, buddy.
So-
Anyway, so we score another run after the J-Cab stolen base there. Steals home.
13-1, Eunice favor. The ball's thrown outside on Bubba. Someone going. I think it's 1-1. I apologize on that. We just need to hire somebody from the stands,
To keep stats.
a third grader, because I can't do this right now.
That's how I am in basketball. I'm pretty all right in baseball and football, but
But basketball's a lot easier than this because you just push score. You know what I'm saying? Or down.
yeah, you're not keeping up balls,
Ball, yeah.
strikes, all the extra. Yeah.
People probably, that's all he's doing?
Yeah.
Good Lord, he should be happy.
Yes,
He ain't got to be at work. He's enjoying the game. Beautiful weather.
Yeah,
Little thirsty, little parched.
I am parched.
Hold
All
on.
right, so here comes the pitch from Jesus, and that one's a called strike to Cerna.
I think Stern let it go all the way. 'cause
Yeah, he
kinda
did.
Was,
It was 3-0, and he just watched it hit the glove.
didn't you say you had family live here?
And Kermit, yes.
They can bring you something to drink, huh?
Man, I tell you.
But they probably don't listen to us.
You're probably right. There's a drive over toward short. Shortstop picks it up cleanly, fires it over toward first base. It skips off the ground, but the first baseman does a good job of hanging on to it for out number 3, and that'll send us up to the top of the third.
Bottom of the third.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep doing that. I've been messed up with my bottoms and tops since I got here.
So saying that, bottom of the third, Eunice stranded 2 runners on, but they scored another point. Makes it 13-1.
Stranded
Scored 3
three.
points.
3 in runners, right? No, they ran the guy home on the
Yeah.
stolen base.
And
See, I'm
scored.
telling you, I'm all messed up.
So the score is 13-1. Eunice favors. Give a shout out to our sponsors, Redbird Gas, Eunice Health Clinic, City of Eunice, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Public Schools, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals. Our proud sponsors of today's game. And I believe they put Caballero on second. They're going to give Mr. Zeke Benton a rest, which I completely agree on that.
Who's on second?
Jonathan, they took Zeke out.
Isn't
They
that
put-
like an old skid? Who's on second? Or
I like this song, Born in USA.
Born in the USA?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a false statement if I say it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean,
Hey, it is me too.
there you go.
Yeah,
I mean, traditionally we're doing an American game, but
yeah. I wasn't born in the USA. That's a true story. My parents are both Eunice High School graduates, but my dad worked on the oil field and for Halliburton in the North Sea, offshore near Scotland, and I was born when he was working over there. So I was a dual citizen until I was 18, and then I had to decide whether I wanted to continue that or not. And I signed my citizenship to become a U.S. citizen at 18 years of age.
I was born in Texas. You know
Yeah.
how people are proud of Texas? Says, I'm born in Texas. I was born in America.
Born in America.
I was born in Texas.
Well, I wasn't born in the USA. I'm a foreigner.
Foreigner, huh?
Foreigner.
Let me ask the young man behind us.
What's that? Yeah, you like a Sprite or something? You got a Sprite? You give me a Sprite? Is that, oh, man, you are the man, the myth.
And whatever you want, man. I gave him a dollar bill.
He's going to get a 12-pack. He's like, I ain't coming back with no Sprite.
Like, is that him running home? I got your number 12.
Rosendo, my partner here, is he's got him a Kermit player to come over here and give some money to go to the concession stand for us. It is hot here.
I brought a water, man, but it's too hot to drink. It's not the smartest thing to do.
No.
Oh, Fernando throws it inside. The count is 1-1. As somebody says, eat it.
And was that was only second ball, right? Or was that 4 balls?
That was the second pitch, but they said it hit him, but must have barely grazed the jersey, I guess. So the runner gets on by a hit pitch. So Kermit has a runner on first. Brings up number 5 up the bat. And we still have Fernando Cerna, better known as Bubba Cerna, on the pitching mound, doing a great job this evening.
So this is Ethan Gomez. He swings at that for strike number 1.
He scored up the bunt originally, and then they pulled back on it.
Yeah. I've noticed every time they get somebody on base, that's kind of their go-to thing.
Yes, sir. Ooh, inside and barely misses the batter. It looked like he kind of leaned into it, so. Count is 1-1 with 0 outs. I apologize if you're watching the app. But the score is correct, 13-1. Swing and a miss high. And I believe Conacher thought about throwing over to first base. Did you see him look down there?
Yep.
Gave him the death stare?
Yep.
Or was it the stare of death? One or the other, huh?
Something like that. I think that young man from Kermit's over here shaking our Sprat.
Is that what he's doing?
I'm watching him. Look. See, he's got a little movement going with it. He's shaking it. We're going to end up with a busted up Sprat in our lap in a minute.
It'll cool us down.
Yeah, he didn't get himself anything. They didn't have a 12-pack over there.
Not cold enough for him, he said.
Yep, 12-pack of Gatorade.
Oh, breaking ball comes in. A delay called strike 3, but it's a strike. So that makes out number 1. That means 1 out here. Thank you, young man. What's your name? John? All right, John, we'll give you a shout out here on the radio.
What's the last name? John Laura? All right. John Laura hooking us up. He's taking care of us. He went over and got us something to drink. We appreciate the young man from Kermit taking good care of us here. We, us old guys are starting to get dehydrated.
I'm telling you. Ooh, shot towards second base off of Jonathan's glove. Flips over to second. Trying to throw it to first. Bad throw. Gets away. But Conacher Pierce doing a great job backing up the pitcher. Oh, and he throws it towards first base, and he should be out. But they said he's safe. That was a good shot on Jonathan. That ball came in quickly on his hands off this clay. Took a rough bounce, but got it over to second, get the lead run out.
Boy, I just sucked me down about a half a Sprite in one gulp. It was a big gulp like they used to have at the 7-Eleven. And I got a whole new
Man, I could have one of their ices right now.
Big gulp.
Be like a homer up to put my head up, just open it. Ooh.
What they call those? Those were some Slurpees.
Slurpees, yes, Slurpees.
Take me a Slurpee big gulp.
Yep. They used to be 7-Elevens here in Kermit many years ago. We used to go to the Tropical. I think it's Tropical. Little hangout place.
There goes.
Throw it to first.
Well, the first baseman's not on the bag.
Anyways, that brings number 1 up the bat. And I believe that was a ball.
So that's Zach, and I apologize. I think that is Salis, but I'm not 100% certain. Man, I tell you, with Conacher's cannon, I would leave Marcus on first and fire over there because the young man he's taking a huge lead.
Well, call a play. You know what? 59.
There he goes.
He's gone. It's a hit foul ball for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the runner tried to advance a second, but he has to come back on that foul ball.
Yeah, he just kept getting a bigger and bigger and bigger lead, and that's why I was saying I think Conacher should fire him over there because it was obvious he was getting ready to try something.
Yeah. Let him try to go on it.
See, he doesn't. No, he still went.
Get him. Here's the money. Ooh. Oh, and the ball gets by second base and shortstop.
Oh, and
all
the
way
center fielder missed it.
Bobbled a little bit, but the runner advances to third. It was a good throw, but it came in a little behind the runner, so Tucker could not handle the throw.
Yep.
And there was a little delay there on the backup, but the runner gets down to third. But we have 2 outs here.
I think that's only the second or third stolen base I've ever seen, not just this year, but ever seen on a ball that was thrown to Pierce.
His whole high school catching career.
Yes. Now, in his defense, that runner was jumped before the pitcher even ever made a motion home.
He had a very good jump, I agree.
Huge jump.
I believe the count is full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As I timely put that on the app here. Does anybody even watch this app? Look at that app. I hope. They throw it towards third base as a young man in the crowd swings back.
Yeah, there's nobody to make the call. The ump's by himself, and I mean there ain't no way he can see that angle from where he's at.
And that's kind of sad because that's everywhere nowadays with umpires. We're having a hard time getting them.
Telling you, it's because people like you and I, we sit up here and second guess them all day.
Strike 3. I'm not going to guess that at all. So the runner goes down on strikes. So 1 run was standard for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. No runs were scored here. The top of the third. Now we're going to the bottom of the third. Now we're going to the top of the fourth. And I'm going to give a shout out to our sponsors. Eunice Record and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas.
So are they trying to decide whether the game's over?
I have no idea, but all the teams were out there, and I thought they were going to fight for a second. Everybody out there on the grass deal.
I thought they were calling the game over.
It is barely the top of the fourth, and the score is 13-1 Eunice favorite.
See, and I don't know how Texas plays. Like if their rules are different, if you're up 12 after 4 or 10 after 3 or what, I don't know.
Don't quote me on this, but I know in travel baseball, I think it's after the third inning. If somebody has a chain run rule on them, they call it. But I think here in high school, I think you have to go 5 innings.
Okay.
And once again, if you know the answers, man, I don't have my phone with me, but you can text Jimmy. He throws a lifeline here. That way we don't sound completely dumb up here.
Yeah, and I may not see it till after the game, but I'll sure appreciate it when I'm driving home.
Yes, we will.
Shoot, we got the baby shark thing going on. Shout out to my grandson Jace. If he was listening to this, he'd probably be bouncing around a little bit. He likes a little baby shark.
Yeah, and you think Little Reynolds probably likes Baby Shark as well?
Yeah, little Nolan, rolling with Nolan Reynolds. He likes some shark.
Baby Shark.
Yep. Yep.
It's just, I think I would enjoy it if I was a child. But just stop seeing it everywhere, heard it everywhere. It's like that song growing up, you hear it everywhere. And you're just like, I'm tired of hearing it. But kids can watch a movie or a show over and over and over.
Yep. Conager Pierce over there dancing to some Baby Shark. I may have to get the mic. They don't shut the Baby Shark off. Uh-oh, right now.
Oh, wow. This DJ enjoys his job, I'll tell you that much.
No, they didn't like it very much. All right. So, Stinson steps up.
I knew I shouldn't give you that sugar.
Give me some energy. And some diabetes. Or maybe some liabetes while I'm sitting up here. But anyway, Stinson steps up, the right-hander. He's got 2 walks on the day. He's walked both at bats.
Ooh, beautiful fastball on the outside corner called. This young man likes that outside corner, so is the umpire.
Yep.
Whatever works, right?
Yep.
The sun is going down with a few clouds in the sky. Cools everything off.
It is a nice evening here in Kermit, America.
And there's only half the lights turned on as Stinson swings, misses for strike 2.
So 0-2 for Stinson.
This young man they have on the mound for Kermit came in and has taken care of business the last 4 batters for the Eunice Cardinals. I apologize, the last 3 batters. Ooh, way outside. Gets by the catcher. And we have a Alfredo going out there getting the ball.
So looking back, you know, the last batter that he faced, of course, was Cerna. Cerna
Went towards short, correct?
Yeah. And so
swing and a miss by Stinson. Goes down on strikes. As they throw the ball around, give a shout out to our sponsor, City of Eunice, Redbird Gas, Eunice Pump and Supply. And it's going to bring Alfredo Morales up the bat. Eunice Cardinals have 1 out here in the top of the 4th.
Gio Chacon.
Oh, I apologize. I
all right.
apologize. These skinny kids, they all look alike. Thank God they got numbers on the back, huh? I wish I was that skinny. So it brings up Gio Chacon, the last batter in the lineup. He's coming out of his shell for a little bit. I think he has a walk and a single.
Gio?
Yes, sir.
Gio's got a walk and a single with an RBI.
Oh. Yeah. That being said, number 14 for Kermit throws a fastball straight down the middle with that little bit of wave on it.
Yep, it waved goodbye as it flew through there.
Flew out by there. And once again, only half the field is lit up.
Yeah. The other ones, they still got the windmills going. They're trying to pump some water over to the.
Trust me, this is all field country.
Yep.
That's going to be running off drip. People, where do you know that word at?
They don't have drip no more.
No, I just dated myself. That Chacon has a foul ball over here to one of the.
Right off the bumper of that white truck. It's on the bumper, bro.
On the bumper, man. It's Selena's bumper.
This bumper was pulled off by the bus of Salinas.
I like this field because you can park all the way around, man.
This bumper was knocked off from the bat of Gio.
Gio. That's his first ball. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well,
Gio out there doing a good job.
Yep. We're in the 4th inning.
But like, why they give him Sprite?
Yeah, they're like, why do they give those guys mics? Something's happening.
Calls a timeout. He looks towards the right, points towards the stands, and somebody has their lights on, I believe. Points at him. Casey gives him. I mean, the umpire gives him a high five.
Yeah.
Turns him off.
Shoot, Casey was like, turn them bright lights off. That's a citation for bright lights right there.
And see the limits.
That's right. So he's back over there being an ump again now, and we're ready. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's way outside.
Count is 2-2 on Gio Chacon.
Yep.
Beautiful night, man.
It is. It is.
Have a nice bonfire right now at home.
Bonfire? Yeah.
Because the wind ain't blowing. Nice. Roast some marshmallows.
Yep.
Make some s'mores. And wake up, turn my insulin on. Nah, I'm joking, guys.
Here comes the pitch. It's
Ball
high
3.
for ball number 4.
I was off on my count again. Eunice was speaking to me, sir.
Gio Chacon.
Charlie, we're missing you, man.
Gio Chacon.
That walk was brought to you by Redbird Gas and City of Eunice and Eunice Health Clinic.
And that'll bring Micah Tippett up to the plate. He's got a double about a foot from the top of the center field wall. A 3 RBI called out sliding into third, triple that almost happened. And then a fly out to deep right center field that the center fielder caught on the warning track on the run.
This young man gets one right here, dude. His gowns probably hit that truck, that Toyota Tundra. Oh, and Gio steals, a straight up steals, a delay steal, but he makes it easy. That young man has some wheels.
You know?
He got there, too. It was a delay steal, too.
And the shortstop ran over and tagged him.
You see him? He pushed him, too, like, take that.
Yeah. And he was like, why are you tagging me? Like, I've been standing here for 5 seconds.
Why are you going to embarrass me like that?
So Lara back on the mound for Kermit. He's going to kick and fire toward home. That ball's inside for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes here to Micah Tippett. 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th. Eunice leads 13-1 here in Kermit, Texas. Kermit in the maroon, Eunice in the red, white, and pink. They are ready. There's a drive toward right field. It's way back over the head of the right fielder all the way to the fence. Tippett turns for second, and he's going to ease up at second after an easy RBI double scoring Gio Chacon.
A good hit by Micah Tippett. Stayed in the zone, pushed the ball all the way out to the field, and Gio Chacon came in easily, man. Touched the base like nothing. So score now is 14-1 in Eunice's favor.
Yeah.
And the hit was brought to you by Eunice Wrecking Rentals, Parker Energy Service, and Eunice Pump and Supply. And they're going to have Cercero come in and bat instead of Alfredo. Try to get him a bat in before the game ends, I believe.
Yeah.
If the game does not end because of the runs, it will probably end because of the lights. I'm going to go out and say that now. I guess we can ask John if they got to turn them on somewhere else. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Yeah. Only half the lights are on, so it is. I guess if you're in right field, you could see. I'd just make sure to hit it to left all the time. So Marcus Cercero, the senior, will come up for his first at bat of the ball game.
it's taken a while to get everything situated here. But that being said, give a shout out once again to our sponsors, Eunice Pump and Supply. As soon as I said that, he steps into the box.
Yep. And Laura's going to step on the hill. Marcus is ready. Laura on the hill for the Yellow Jackets. He takes the sign, kicks and fires, and that ball is on that outside area that this ump really, really likes for strike number 1.
Out number 1. Strike number 1. 1 out here.
Yep.
Top of the 4th.
I'll have lower back problems from sitting over here all hunkered over in this chair the whole game.
Yeah, we can't be spoiled every time.
Yep.
Ball was thrown outside and gets away from the catcher. And Tippett had a little delay steal, but he slows down as he comes into third base. A stand-up stolen base here for Micah Tippett. Standing on third base.
All right. So 14-1 in favor of the Cardinals. Tippett steals third, so he's standing on third. Marcus Cercero at the plate, the right-handed senior. Jesus Lara on the hill for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. He looks in, takes the sign from the catcher. He likes it. He kicks and fires, and that's that outside area that I guarantee you. Yep. As soon as that ball hit the catcher's mitt, I'm like, that's the area, and it was a delayed strike call, but he has liked that.
So it brings the count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This is Marcus's first at bat, so he probably hadn't had a taste of that little outside area, but it looks from where I'm at outside, but he has called it right there the whole game.
Yeah, and as you said, that Marcus swings in there, misses the ball, but he bounces back for a foul ball. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Tippett's on third in scoring position. And I just heard a loud bang, but it's this young man beside us. They have a lot of energy.
So they probably drink Sprite.
Yeah, that John guy, he's cool, calm, and collected. Look at him. He's just chilling like a villain.
He's taking it easy.
He's taking it easy.
Oh, there's a swing and a miss for strike number 3 to Cercero.
Makes 2 outs for the Eunice Cardinals. With the runner on third in scoring position, it's going to bring up Tucker. Chance Tucker up the bat. He's had a very good evening.
Chance Tucker with a single, a 2 RBI on that first single, and a strikeout his last at bat right after they changed pitchers, I believe.
I concur.
So Tucker steps in, he's ready. Jesus Lara on the mound, kicks and fires, and that's that spot. Yep, I can pretty much
call it a strike once that glove's there.
Yep, when it hits right there, he's going to call that a strike, and he has done it consistently, so I can't complain. The first few times I was in shock, but it looks to be 5-6 inches outside, but he likes it right there.
And if he's consistent throughout the whole game, as the ball gets away from the catcher, nobody advances. Micah decides to stay on third.
I think if the catcher had caught that ball, that would have been a strike again, because that was in that same spot again, but it went off the edge of the catcher's glove.
I couldn't get the chair to pull forward. I must have put an indentation in the wood.
You guys at home, Rosendo over here looked like he was on one of those mechanical bulls, but it was his chair. He's over here riding it all over. All he needed to do is put one hand in the air and wave it like he just didn't care. But anyway, it's 14-1. We've got 2 outs. That's Tucker at the plate. He swings and drives that ball high up over the shortstop for an out.
Number 3.
And that is out 3.
In that inning, we only scored 1 run, stranded 1 runner on third, and we're going to the bottom of the 4th with half the lights turned on out here in the field. And we give a shout out to our sponsors, Redbird Gas, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, Eunice Public Schools, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Eunice Health Clinic, and the City of Eunice, our proud sponsors of today's game here in Kermit, Texas. The Eunice Cardinals are leading right here, 14-1, as they get to play here the bottom of the 4th. Sun is going down. Half the lights are only working. I keep saying that. My concern is that we're going to be on the field now. It shouldn't make a difference right now because you have a little bit of sunlight. But I'm pretty sure they might call it the next inning. Call it the next inning.
You know, when you was in Little League, you go out and practice about this time every day. And granted, you didn't hit it quite as hard and throw it quite as fast back then. But you were used to playing in this type of condition. But
it's either this or playing in 200-degree weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in my short term of trying to be a team roper, there was a place down here that had lights, and me and Rudy used to come down here and do a little team roping late at night down here in Kermit. It'd be nice. They had lights, and we wouldn't even start till like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and I usually had to work the next morning. So I'd come down here and rope and then go back, and it was always pretty neat. It was just it was nice to come rope at night because it was nice and cool. Too hot in the daytime.
Yeah, way too hot. I even hate going to work in the daytime. Yeah. But I got to go to work eventually.
And you know, the farther you get down this way, the hotter it gets. Mm-hmm. You know,
but it also gets prettier too. You get more mountains and more trees.
Yeah, I agree.
So we still have Fernando Serna, Bubba, a.k.a. Bubba, on the mound. He's done a very good job tonight, putting the ball in play, taking batter, striking out a few batters here and there. So
I show him with 5 Ks on the day.
That's a very good job for a freshman.
Yeah, I show him with he give up a single. He's walked a couple of folks, but overall he's had a pretty dang good evening up on the hill.
Yes, sir, he has. Number 9 steps in for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. The ball came straight at his face and turns away from it. Almost messed up that moneymaker.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
That was ball 1. Yep. Just trying to start him off with that breaking pitch.
High fly ball right up over the catcher. Pierce trying to get under it.
Oh,
he makes the catch.
A little circus catch after kind Kind of lost it a little bit, came back underneath, and he stretched out and he caught it to make out number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, he almost lost it. We were just talking about there not being any lights up here. He almost lost that one.
But that's out number 1 for the Eunice Cardinals. Brings up number 20, which was the original pitcher for the Yellow Jackets. These poor guys have maybe gone once through the batting order.
Yeah, this young man hit a ball earlier that was probably one of their best hits of the game. In fact, they're one of their only hits of the game. But he had a drive earlier up there.
But that being said, swing and a miss for strike 1. They throw him the breaking ball. The next pitch, way inside, but we're going to call it a strike. So it's strike number 2. I'll take it any way, shape, or form.
You know, that was on the opposite side of the plate where he's been calling him off the plate a little bit. That one looked inside, but he called it, and there's a foul ball.
Straight back.
Yeah, Mercindo reached over and about gave me a black eye trying to reach and catch it over here in front of me, although it was...
I was trying to protect the balls. There's a big old net in front of us, huh?
Yeah, he tried to jab me in the eyeball looking like Mike Tyson.
Snuck in a pinch. Ooh, breaking ball on the inside corner. They call it a strike. We'll take it.
And
number 20 goes down, look at the ball.
He's going to stay there, I do.
He's like, why didn't you call that for me when I was pitching?
Yeah, man, that was he called 2 pitches there that, I mean, I call a spade a spade. I thought 2 of those 3 strikes were balls, but works out good for the Cardinals. This brings up the other Acevedo, number 22, Mario. And there's a swing and a miss for strike number 1.
It's one of those got to protect the plate swing because it was inside.
Cerna looks to be getting better and better each pitch. No, probably jinx him because this is some of that baseball talk that nobody says.
He doesn't mean it, guys.
Yeah.
That being said, it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'll get that right eventually. You feel that cool breeze coming into this huge window?
I do. It's kind of nice. I'm about to unbutton my shirt.
Oh, we don't want to do that. Strike 2 here.
If I just had a gold chain and a hairy chest, it would I'd fit right in.
And some platform shoes.
All right, here's the pitch.
Outside corner.
And that's where he likes them. Strike 3. And so Cerna
3 up, 3 down.
A couple more strikeouts there.
Took care of business, and I believe they're going to keep playing. So Kermit, nobody got on base. Everybody went down on strikes. The only action they had was a pop fly towards the catcher. And here we go to the top of the 5th.
I show Cerna with 8 strikeouts now.
That's very good.
Of course, my numbers are unofficial, but I show him with 8 strikeouts, and you know we're in the 5th inning, so that's pretty efficient work. Yeah.
And going to the top of the 5th inning, Eunice leads 14-1. Shout out to our sponsors: Eunice Pump and Supply, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, Redbird Gas, and Eunice Health Clinic. Thank you, our sponsors of this evening. Well, I keep saying this over and over about them lights, man. I don't know, as a parent, you get worried out there because that ball, when it comes off that bat, can get to you real quickly.
Got some dancers out there. We've got Pender and Benton, I believe, and they're busting a move out there, doing a little cha-cha step.
They almost ran into the coach.
Yeah.
I bet you if his son was here, he'd about to dancing, huh?
Reynolds is probably, Little Reynolds is probably at home dancing. Yeah. I don't think Coach Reynolds out there doing much dancing. Yeah, he's still got his hard hat on, so he's still at work. Steel toes, OSHA safety glasses, he's ready.
Got the H2S monitor on. We got to talking to the coach. We might have a little bit of substitution here and there. As a matter of fact, we do. We have Alano Hernandez fixing to come in the bat. He's taking the batting position from, I have no idea. Who got the last out?
You know, we had Cercero, and then we were back up here, so it messed up the normal
replaced
Chance Tucker. I think Chance Tucker got the last out. He had a fly out.
Is he going to bat for Conoco Pierce?
Maybe.
You know what he is, because he has pinch running for him. So
yeah.
Another senior for another senior. That's something that Eunice does have on this baseball team. A large amount of seniors.
Bunch of
them. Matter of fact, the one going to bat right now is a senior, and the one on deck, number 33, is one of the Gomez twins. He's a senior as well.
Yeah, that's Angel.
And they have a few lower classmen, like the freshman pitching tonight.
Yeah.
Phenom freshman Fernando, a.k.a. Bubba Cerna. Jonathan's a junior. Tucker's a junior. Alfredo's a junior. Jordan Ruth, another fastballer.
And after watching that JV team play earlier, I'm like, man, they're tough. Yeah, it looks to be a pretty bright future for the Cardinals.
Yes, and that being said, it brings a lot from the Eunice Little League, man. They do a lot there.
Absolutely, I concur.
So that Hernandez comes in the bat, hits a shot short.
And he's going to safely get there.
Safely.
Yep.
Give that a hit, huh?
So Ornelas
gets on.
All right here, Ornelas with the single. I'll give him the single. It's probably an error reached, but I like it, so I'm going to give him the single.
I was talking about the Eunice Little League. Right now they're looking for coaches, man.
Oh, yeah?
If you're interested in coaching, give Benny Burrito a call.
Yeah.
Or Candy Gonzalez. Or Candy Burrito. She works for the city of Eunice.
Yeah.
Get in contact with them. See if you can help them with coaches, man. We need them really, really bad right now. Get that going for the future Eunice Cardinals out here.
Mm-hmm.
So this brings up number 33. I don't know which Angel it is. It's Gonzalez.
He hits a slow roller toward third. Third baseman comes up firing. He's going to get the lead runner. And Gomez is safely reaching first. So I'll put here that he reached on a fielder's choice.
So that brings Jonathan Caballero up the bat. And we have Giovanni Chacon on the deck circle with no helmet on. I don't know what is he up to, that clown.
He might need to borrow Coach Reynolds' little hard hat.
If Giovanni's head is big as Coach Reynolds, we have a problem. Oh, no, you don't have a pinch hitter from him.
Yep.
So Jonathan steps in the bat with the runner on first, one out. It's a high. Yeah, I should keep track of this app. I apologize once again. I get all into this. I actually enjoy baseball.
Me too. I enjoy a nice nap.
Once again, that is Jimmy Jones. Ball's thrown outside.
Uh-oh.
Gomez goes for a steal. The ball's thrown high. Second baseman does a great job for the Yellow Jackets. Jumps way up there.
Yeah.
And gets it.
I mean, he looked like sometimes he dreams that he is me. Michael Jordan jumping up there, both legs spread, had one hand behind his back, tongue out, grabbed it out of midair.
What's that guy's name on? White Man Can't Jump?
Woody or
the character?
Yeah.
Anyways, I was watching a documentary on that.
I was too this last week. Yeah, on like ESPN or something.
And he's gone again on first move. He's going towards third base. He's going to get in a rundown, and he sure did. And that's out number 2 for the Eunice Cardinals as he was tagged pretty hard all the way down the ground. The Eunice Cardinal there, the Gomez was kind of excited to get to third.
Oh, why'd they?
They called him safe. Why? Oh, it was a balk.
Oh, the move. Yeah, improper move. So they've called him safe on an improper move from the pitcher.
But the poor kid got all dusted up on the floor after he tagged him out.
Yeah, he got slammed around a little bit.
So that puts Eunice Cardinals still have one out with the runner on third. Jonathan Caballero up the bat with the ball one after all that talk and all that activity. Throws it in for the outside corner, but it's a little way too far off the ball, too.
I thought Gomez might get to come on home because that ball was way outside, but the catcher did a really good job of keeping it.
Stretching his arm out way out there.
Looked like a first baseman stretch from the catcher.
Good observation. That's a very good example. Hey, shoot, the other lights came on. Because
the
the field got bright all of a sudden.
There's ball 4.
Wow, I was off 2 balls.
I thought you were talking about a thunderstorm when you said hail. H-A-I-L. Yep.
Yes, sir, because I thought I seen something but his lights in the car.
It was the lights from the lights, not lightning. So no storms here at this point. We're good to go.
Thank God, because they get real bad storms over here. That being said, they have a timeout. They have a meeting on the mound. So we're going to give a shout-out to the City of Eunice, Redbird Gas, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Wrecker and Rental, and Eunice Health Clinic are great sponsors.
This number 10, this Jose.
Yeah. Jose Gomez, a pinch hit for somebody on the mound.
Another Gomez.
That's another senior, of course. His twin brother is senior, so he's a senior as well. That would be horrible, huh? You have a twin brother and you fail twice or something. And he graduates on time. How would that work? That'd be embarrassing, huh?
Unless you got an extra year of playing out of it. I'm not.
Always looking at something that way, huh? Well, anyways.
Got to figure out how to get a little extra out of it.
I think, that's true. So that being said, Eunice Cardinals has one out. Runners on the corners with Jonathan on first, one of the Gomez twins on third, and one of the Gomez brothers batting, and they called a strike on the outside corner. The score is 14-1. Eunice leads here on the top of the 5th. And Kermit, Texas on his beautiful, beautiful Friday. Good Friday, matter of fact, getting the weekend started here with some Knights baseball. just finished our sprites.
That's good Sprite.
Way outside the
Ball's
box.
gonna get away.
The catcher, and Gomez comes home.
Here he goes.
Caballero
He's headed that
Caballero
way.
goes
It's
over
pitched over, and he's safe.
second because the pitcher cannot handle the throw from the catcher. So he slides in safe, number 33. Comes across the board, so it makes it 15-1.
So that's Angel Gomez as he steals home, gets a run. Looks like everybody in the dugout wants to touch him on top of the head for that stolen home plate deal. So they're all smacking on him over there. It's got to be like some abuse. Pretty sure that's, what do you call that when they mess with the young kids?
Bullying?
Well, that too. But, man, my brain quit working. There's a word for that. I'm pretty sure that's what was happening over there. But anyway, he's on the mound. Here we go.
Gomez gets in, they throw the ball inside. Ooh, when they call that a strike, he spins out of the way. He's not happy with it. If I was Gomez, I would like, just let it hit me next time.
Yeah, Gomez did like a 360 basketball move and called the strike. So
wow. So the counts are, oh, shoot. It should be 2 strikes, 1 ball. Or 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That was that spot. That was that spot he's been calling all night.
It was a delayed strike. So that makes out number 2, if I'm right. Brings Aiden Pinder up the bat, another junior. Man, I just erased everything. I must have hit reset. So I know Kermit has 1. Eunice has 15. And that brings Aiden up the bat, number 7, with runner on second, 2 outs. And we are at top of the 5th. 2 outs. Oh. Swing and a miss for strike 1. He got right underneath that. It looks like Julius. We have a sighting of Julius Woods on the deck circle.
Jules over there in the on-deck circle. 2 outs
that.
here, so Pender will have to reach for Jules to get a chance. We also have a Nogelmeyer sighting. I thought he was on the run earlier, but here he is.
It's an elusive creature right there, huh?
Man, the myth, the legend. Elusive Nogelmeyer. May change his first name. Call him Yuli.
So the count is 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second. The score is 15-1. Eunice leads here in Kermit. Ooh. Low, very low, but called a strike.
You can always tell when it's getting close to that let's go home time, because that pitch couldn't have been more than an inch or 2 off the dirt, and it was in that little outside area. But we understand the outside area, but and there's a swing and a miss for strike number 3, and that will end. Well, it'll end Eunice's batting chances if, unless Kermit's able to put a bunch of runs on the board here.
Well, let's hope not. That being said, Eunice strands 1, scores 1 run there at the bottom, top of the 5th. We're going to the bottom of the 5th here. And Bubba, a.k.a. Fernando Serna, is still on the mound doing a great job pitching out there. Give a shout out to our sponsors. Let me get some light here. There it is. Redbird Gas, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Record and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, and City of Eunice. Once again, people, the City of Eunice is looking for, or the Eunice Little League is looking for some coaches. If you're interested of any age at this time, I believe, give Benny and Candy a call. That we can go out there and help and make this tradition keep growing in Eunice, in this basketball, baseball. That we continue being strong, and it starts there. Starts from the bottom and goes all the way up. So,
Ryan, I've said for years, there is a reason why our baseball program is so strong, and that is it. I mean, ultimately, that is it. Now, don't get me wrong. There's all kinds of other great things that happen. We've got great coaching. We have a huge off-season program. I mean, our baseball program starts the first week after they come back from Christmas. If you started a basketball program, 10 weeks before the first basketball game, there'd be some screaming going on over there. But they start their stuff early and they get it going, and the success is the proof in the pudding, as they say. The proof is in the pudding. I mean, the youth program mixed with the off-season work leads to 17 state baseball championships.
And it, like you said, starts in the off-season when they're at the Eunice Little League.
Yeah.
They go out, and everything's voluntarily. You go out there and you donate your time. your effort, and that makes a big difference. Keeps kids off the streets, first of all, keeps them out of trouble, keeps them occupied, and you don't know, it might be a star in the making. And you can always look back and say, you know, that coach was my mentor. So if you're interested or would like to go out there and volunteer and coach, get a hold of Canada. This guy, number 6, strikes out for the Yellow Jackets, makes out number 1 as we sat there and talked the whole time. 3 pitches there, 3 straight strikes for Fernando Cerna, a.k.a. Bubba. Gets another K.
I show
10.
I show him at 9,
Okay.
but I'm telling you, my numbers are extremely unofficial.
And it's very dark in here as well.
Yeah. There is not a light to be found. There is no light in this place.
As Bubba throws the strike at number 3, the batter number 3 for Kermit. There's a beautiful breaking ball in the inside corner. So.
Yeah, we've got absolutely zero light, and we're sitting in a booth with no lights. Holy crap,
wow.
That one made me jump.
The ball fell straight back and hit the pole.
It looked like it was coming in 3D, like one of them 1980s Friday the 13th 3D movies. The ball came off the bat, was headed for us, and it hit right on the pole, so it went bang, and then flew over that way, and I was shook a little bit, that's for sure. Oh, and there's another one right at us.
Oh, I know, it missed the little top, man. I was
right over the top of us.
That's strike number 2. 2 strikes, 1 out here on the bottom of the 5th. Eunice leads 15-1 against the Kermit Yellow Jackets, playing in Kermit, Texas. Ooh, the batter did not see that pitch. He was confused, dazed, and lost, but it was called a strike 3, and he goes down looking, so I makes out number 2. And this might potentially be the last inning of the game.
That's 10 strikeouts unofficially for Bubba Cerna in this game. He's got 10 Ks so far in the game.
High breaking ball. All appear to be a strike, but not quite in the zone, so it's going to be ball 1. That's the first ball he has thrown this inning towards the Yellow Jackets. Rears up. Beautiful breaking ball inside corner. Call a strike. Count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Bubba gets ready to winds up. Throws it in. Looping breaking ball. Gets the outside corner because it is on the outside corner. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. On batter number 4 for the Yellow Jackets. As time appears to be winding down. Oh, that's kind of a weird pitch, huh? The catcher stood up, huh?
Yeah.
The umpire couldn't see around old Big Conacher. Couldn't make a call on that one, so the count is 2-2. Ooh, swing and a miss, strike 3. And I believe that is ball game. Yes, sir, that is ball game. The Eunice Cardinals win the game, and 15-1.
That is 11 strikeouts for the freshman. 11 strikeouts for the freshman here in this game. The win, 15-1 for the Cardinals. The Cardinals remain with only 1 loss on the season. The freshman Bubba Cerna gets the complete game. He gives up 1 run and has 11 strikeouts. Once again, pretty impressive for a freshman pitcher with 11 strikeouts on the ball game.
He did a great job. The whole team, he put the ball in play a few times. Other than that, he came in and took care of business. Tonight, we had the opportunity to see the other seniors that don't get to play as much come in, do a little bit hitting towards the end. And all I have to say is Eunice has a very, very well-rounded baseball team. And right now, they're hitting on all cylinders. Some of the players are a little beaten up a little bit, but we're going to get through that pretty soon. So, Eunice Cardinals came out here and took care of business, 15-1 here in Kermit, Texas. Quick shout-out to our sponsors one more time before we call it a night. Redbird Gas, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Eunice Health Clinic. Thank you for our sponsorship.
And we were rolling with Nolan Reynolds tonight. Greatly appreciate little Nolan out there listening to this ball game and watching it at home. So we appreciate you. Shout out to all those that listen to us at home. Shout out to our sponsors, as Rosendo mentioned, for making this possible. These free broadcasts are pretty neat, and so we appreciate you. For the No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports, I'm Jimmy Jones alongside Rosendo Caballero. We appreciate you listening. Appreciate everybody watching. Thank you. We will be back, I'm sure, this coming week. I don't have a schedule yet. I haven't seen anything. It's funny because they get baseball to us a lot earlier than they do other sports, but I'm sure there'll be some baseball this week to cover. So thank you for listening, everybody. No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports on HobbsAmerica.com, clicking on the Cardinal, or on the Eunice Sports YouTube page. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Any final thoughts?
No, sir. Just be safe going home.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Good night.